In this video, we shall talk about two things. These are the importance of the software testing and what can we test. The software testing is important for individual users and B2C businesses because years ago the situation was the following. If someone needed some tool, usually the only way was to write it himself. That was how it worked years ago. But what do we see now? There are a lot of different tools and options. Just think about how long does it take you to download some mobile application from the proper store to your phone? Few seconds. So now there is a lot of competition between different tools and vendors. And one of the most efficient way to win the competition is the software testing. It makes the tool not only work, but work really well. Why software testing is important if we want to make good products for enterprise and B2B businesses? With individual users, of course, the quality is important, but sometimes such users may fall victims of aggressive marketing. And we are all aware of such examples in everyday life. But for enterprise customers, those marketing approaches never work, because in these situations with such enterprise customers, there are special people that count and count and count again and again and again. And so they calculate, is it really worthy to buy one product or another, to go to one vendor or another? So they really count all the time, and they absolutely take quality into account, because quality really affects the final cost of the decisions. And the last example that I think even needs no deep comment. The software testing is important for everyone, because we all use airplanes, ships, we use power produced by nuclear power plants, we all use some medical equipment and so on, because software is literally everywhere. And if, hopefully not, some failure will occur in such areas, the consequences may be really disastrous. So each and every person on the planet depends on good software, on the quality of the software. Finally, what can we test? The honest answer is literally everything. Yes, really everything. But if we look deeper into details, we may see some special ideas. Usually, we may divide the general approach into several sections. First of all, we may test software, the software that is already assembled and works. We may test code, the source code on some programming language that brings the software to life. We can test some prototypes, some sketches, some proof of concepts, anything that helps us with the ideas on how to do this or that. Of course, we may test documentation, like project documentation, user documentation, user manuals, license agreements, and so on, and so on, and so on. So, as we can see, there are a lot of areas to test, and our course will cover most of them.